Greetings, everybody, and welcome to the Big Polly video blog this 28th day of April 2011. I am Big Polly, Paul Blum, here in Pinellas Park, Florida. And as much as I would like to talk about other things, the events in Washington, D.C., New Hampshire, and every other place surrounding this Burqa controversy is not going away. Yesterday, as I mentioned in my blog, yesterday, of course, I feel like Gary Berghoff of MASH sometimes, using the same words in a sentence when he played Radar O'Reilly. But anyway, this Burqa controversy, unfortunately, is not going away anytime soon, and it looks like that the release of Obama's long-term birth certificate has only inflamed the issue as if there was going to be another outcome. To the points, if I might. As I have mentioned several times, whether or not Obama was born in the United States, Kenya, Indonesia, or Mars, it really doesn't matter. What matters is, can this issue get to the United States Senate, and can 67 United States senators impeach and remove the President of the United States? And the answer to that, as things stand now, is clearly not. You have to realize that the people in Washington, D.C. set their own reality. I have in my little library here this little book, Sellout, by David Chippers. David P. Chippers. Sorry, David, if you're out there and you see this blog. I mispronounced your last name. And they talk about Clinton's impeachment in here, and two Republicans, a Republican House of Representatives, the chairman of the impeachment committee, the late Henry Hyde. I think he has passed on. If he hasn't, I apologize. But we do these blogs on the cuff here. Was talking to Ted Stevens, the senator of Alaska, who is now dead. And they were talking about bringing witnesses through the impeachment. And this is a conversation between two Republicans about a Democratic president in early '99. And Ted Stevens says at one point to Henry Hyde, "Henry, I don't care if you prove he raped a woman and then stood up and shot her dead, you are not going to get 67 votes." So, ladies and gentlemen, the reality of D.C. trumps all other reality. And that's unfortunately the way the system is right now. They do not represent us. They represent special interests, like the Federal Reserve. And yes, I know I have parted ways with Alex Homophobic Jones, but I do believe that the Federal Reserve has enough clout to buy off every politician, save maybe a couple. I think Ron Paul and Rand Paul are probably the only two that have not been bought off. But you have the media has now turned this issue into a lightning rod to say, You see, there was nothing to see here. Move along. And you had Bob Schieffer, and I always liked Bob Schieffer's work at CBS, basically calling Donald Trump a racist. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I am sick and tired of any criticism of a black president being instantly called racism. When an African-American man or a Hispanic man or or an Asian American man questions a white president of the United States, is that too not racism under those criterion? I think this instant call of racist, this has to stop, and it has to stop now. Presidents are not above the law, even if the United States Congress makes them. And I think they should be questioned, even if the questions at times seem to be ridiculous. Now, what else was there I had on this? Okay. Did you all see Obama speaking about the matter yesterday? It kind of reminded me of President Nixon in '73 going before the cameras and saying, "I am not a crook." And Clinton in 1998 saying, "I did not have sexual relations with that woman, Miss Lewinsky." It just kind of struck with me as a moment in time where we might look back on and say, "Oh, he wasn't telling the truth there." We'll have to see. They have the media behind them, so I kind of wonder if this is going to get play. Another disgraceful act that I saw on the media is Lawrence O'Donnell on MSNBC had Orly Tates on, who was one of the first people to mention this whole Burqa thing. And when Orly Tates brought up the Social Security numbers of Obama, O'Donnell cut her off and did not kick her off the show. When you limit debate on an issue, then you're not getting a debate. And I think the media has to be very careful how they own this issue. You know, it has been proven, to my satisfaction anyway, I'm sorry to say this, but it has been proven to my satisfaction that Obama is a United States citizen. Now, there are some people who are saying that the document is a fake because it looks like that it had been photoshopped or what have you. Well, you know, Obama was born 50 years ago, and you're not going to get a perfect document. But you know, I just think we have to be careful about this issue being carried on and on in the media, because the media could be using this, and Obama too, could be using this as a shield to prevent discussion about other issues. They would be more than happy to have a discussion until Obama's out in 2016 about whether or not he's a United States citizen, because they wouldn't have to talk about the unconstitutional actions he has taken in Libya, which are impeachable offenses, and outside of Bruce Fein, I don't hear anybody talk about, because he did not get congressional permission to go into Libya. And you're probably going to see that in Syria now, where basically the same situation is set up, where the Syrian government's basically killing and murdering their own people because the people want change. And the same situation in Syria that we've seen in Libya is now being set up in Syria. Obama has broken so many of his campaign promises that I'm surprised that the 25th Amendment hasn't come into play, where someone from within his cabinet, his party, say Vice President Biden or somebody like that, has called out, wouldn't call Obama out and say, "Are you sure you were not crazy? That you were not mentally incapacitated?" You know, I'm surprised that avenue has not been broached yet. But to my satisfaction, you know, whether or not Obama is a United States citizen, I believe he is. I'll tell you that right now. After looking at the documentation, I believe he is. And what the truth is doesn't matter. It's what the truth is in Washington, D.C. that matters. And we saw that in 1999 when the impeachment trial of President Clinton in the Senate took place. He lied under oath about having a sexual relationship with Monica Lewinsky, which is an impeachable offense. I'm sorry. That's how I felt about it. And the Democrats basically used it as a referendum to keep him around. They did not look at the law, even though they took an oath at the beginning of the impeachment trial saying that they did. It's all in. Again, I plugged this book. You could probably find it on Amazon. Sellout by David P. Shippers. So this has been my blog entry. I'm sorry I keep talking about the birth certificate, but I guess it beats talking about the royal wedding. And I will catch you again sometime soon. Going to be a busy day tomorrow, the royal wedding, which I probably won't pay any attention to. We got the space shuttle launch of the next to last space shuttle launch with President Obama and Congresswoman Gabrielle Giffords, who is the wife of one of the astronauts, Mark Kelly, in attendance. So I don't know if I'll be doing a blog tomorrow or next week, but it'll all depend on how busy I am. But other than that, I wish you all a good day, and I'll catch you again soon. Bye-bye.